Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime, and I got a good one for y'all today. First, I'm gonna explain to my already current viewers of what was going on this weekend. This weekend, I participated in something called the Great American Speakoff. I don't know if you can see that, how good you can see that. And I'm going to give you the greatest tip that you can have going into this if you have entered into this or if you're looking for something of that nature of a tip before you even venture off into this realm. The greatest tip that I received from there helped me to really hone in on my personal identification and mission and vision and everything that I have going on with my personal business and with Mindset Matters, right? So here's the deal. The biggest tip that I can give you that I received from there is, and they said this, y'all, and they said this, and whether I had enough time to prepare or none of that is neither here nor there, because this will let you know if you're even prepared foundationally for this type of opportunity, right? You can still go in there and get it in, but I'm going to give you the greatest advice that you can receive going into this, right? The first thing I want to point out is that they said, do not come with a resume. And I want to be very specific when I explain this to you, okay? Because people still didn't get it. They still didn't get it. I still didn't get it, even though I did terrible at my audition. First of all, let me go ahead and throw that out there. I did terrible for my audition. Froze for the first 5 seconds. You only get a minute to explain yourself and tell your story. And I was like, yep, nope, not ready for this, right? But there was key factors and key information that I learned going through this entire experience. And the main thing is, I'm telling you, do not come with a resume. Do not come with a resume. And here's what that kind of looks like. So you can kind of get an idea and you can evaluate what you have to see. Okay, do I have some of a resume? I went in initially with the idea thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be able to speak about whatever I want. I'm going to tell them how I develop my business, blah, blah, blah. They're not looking for that. They're not looking for that, y'all. Okay, do not go into the realm of thinking about you're going to talk about how you built your business. That's resume. That's resume. That was my thought process initially until it finally dawned on me like, oh, and what was so excellent about that is I got a few opportunities. I got 2 opportunities to present my information. But once I came to the realization that, oh, I got a resume. I got a resume. This isn't going to work. Okay. So the way mine sounded, so to give you an idea of you can evaluate yours to see if it sounds similar, is I went into how, a particular time ago, I was tired of working. This is just a very short synopsis of it. I'm not even going to give you the way that it was designed. Right. But I'm trying to give you a way to listen to it so that you can really identify if yours sounds like this, right? Okay, so I went into explaining, okay, this is what happened to me a few years ago, and this is what caused me to build what I'm building. That's what they don't want. They're not really looking for that specifically. It's more of a personal story of overcoming, not about how you build something. Don't make it about you. That's something else that they mentioned multiple times. Do not make it about you. You have to connect to the audience. And you got to figure that out. They give you gems inside of it. So when you guys go through it, you might catch some of these. But do not make it about you. And that's what I did. I made it about me. And once I realized, oh, this is a me mission statement. This is a me. Okay, I'm saying, hey, 5 years ago, I was tired of working at my job. I went home and I quit. I decided to quit. And I said, you know what? I don't know what I want to do. So I'm going to pray to God. And I prayed to God and I said, is there a way for me to get paid to be me? And that's what started me along my mindset journey, right? But that may be, you may appreciate that, right? You may appreciate that. But if you're trying to win this competition, the ones that won, the people that won, I made sure I listened to their stories. And it wasn't here's how I'm going into building what I'm building. It was stories of, this particular thing happened to me. It helped me to realize X, and I moved forward from that point by X different scenarios or situations or things that I decided to do, right? Not so I went into this mode to build this. Like, again, that was more of making it about myself and what I've built. And it was more of a resume style approach to that, as opposed to it being a personal story of overcoming. Really, really, really think about that when I tell y'all that, y'all. A personal story of overcoming. If you have a business, if you have a social media, if you have all of that stuff, try to eliminate that out of the entire picture. What have you personally gone through? Some form of, if it's not even if it's not trauma, because so here's what I could have did. I could have utilized that. And said, I was sick of working. I quit my job and I was wondering if I can, I prayed to God to see if I can get paid to be me. Then I need to go ahead and explain the process that I went through. I ended up being homeless. I ended up living out of a gym, and I had my 5-year-old son to take care of. And detailing that process, and then coming at the end of it of, okay, and so now because of those things, I was able to build a company and I was able to do X, right? Something of that nature, because I still need to refine it. This video is just to help to bring awareness to your personal story, that if you didn't know it sounded like a resume, this will help you. That's what I'm trying to bring awareness to, so that you can really look at what you got written down, or really look at what you feel your story is, and figure out a way to make it more personal and relatable to the audience. That is the name of the game. That is your golden ticket. That's how you will get there. Obviously, you do have to dynamically express it, right? You do want to have a measure of delivery and making sure that you're doing your due diligence on your speaking ability, right? But the main factor that I realized that I needed to work on is I was like, oh, I don't have a story. I don't have a particular story that I have gone over. I just want to help people, right? I just want to help people. And I also wanted to help people by being myself. And I wanted to make sure that I was able to sustain myself and my family by doing that. That's what led me along the journey that I'm on. But again, effectively communicating that to the audience to draw them in is something that I'm going to now work on, because that's something that I never thought about before. I didn't ever think about that. Even though I may have seen that in the previous business that I worked for, I may have had a measure of understanding of how that went, but I didn't think that was important. Now I see how important that is. Whatever the story is. Now I see how important that is, because it was really, I just was tired of hearing it, but it's very important that you have that particular story, because that's what's going to draw in the audience that you're supposed to have. So it's not that my story was wrong. It's not that my story wasn't captivating. It wasn't it wasn't effectively communicated. And two, I made it about me. I made it about me and my business. That those things you do not want to do. So if you have some of that, if you read it out loud to yourself and you hear like, oh, okay, this sounds a little bit about me, make sure you start tailoring it to how it is connecting with who you're talking to, the audience. How is it connecting with the people? How does it feel like they've been in that position before as well? How does it feel like they're rocking with you in your story? And oh yeah, because I've been even if they've been through totally different situations, how does it align? How does that silver lining still go through their mind of, oh, okay, well, yeah, Kev wanted to just get paid to be himself. And then, yeah, I quit my job too. Something of that nature to where you can tie it to the people. It's got to be about the people and not just about you. They got to be able to connect to it in some form or fashion. Now, again, the way that I delivered that was, I was like, can I get paid to be me? And so here's the system that I developed. That was just me. That was me, right? Don't do that. Try your best not to do that, right? Try your best to go into the realm where it's a captivating story of, I was laying down. I was, if I wanted to go into the homeless story, if I was like, I was homeless. I was trying to find ways to feed my child. My son was living in different places and we couldn't find places to eat sometimes. And if I give you that type of a rundown, that's personal, right? To where people are like, oh, okay, man, yeah, no, I've had some times where I haven't really been able to eat, or I've been in those type of situations before too. That's what's going to connect to them. It's not about what you building or what you've built or that type of stuff. You want to really try and relate a personal story of overcoming adversity. And that's what it's about. Try to leave your business out of it. Try to leave whatever your social media, all of that different stuff. Try to leave that out of it and try to draw in the audience with a very personal story that you had to overcome a major challenge or you had to triumph in the face of adversity. That's what it's about. So that's my major tip to y'all for everybody that's going through in the future. In case you look this up, I really hope this helped. If it did, you already know, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Smash the likes buttons and all of that. But my name is Kevin. Anytime I go over different mindset topics, because it's a mindset thing, and my mindset was off. It was off base pretty much. And I realized that, and I was able to recalibrate once I got back to the crib. So that's how I'm able to relay this information, because I was like, I dissected, okay, what did I do wrong? What didn't I do? Or what wasn't I aware of? And as I identified that information, I was able to say, oh, okay, this is what it was. And if I would have approached it this way, I would have had a better chance. Yeah. So if you got any questions or anything like that, hit me up on here, Instagram, Facebook, Mindset Matters. All right. Find us, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Love you guys. Always remember that mindset matters more than anything else. All right. And sometimes out of the failure, you got to seek the good, which is what I'm going to tell you next, is to focus on the good. All right. Focus on the good. And I'll see you guys next time. Anytime. Out.